They're not still live. Hmm?
We are.
I'm not saying you. Saying my next call. Okay. Video has been removed by the uploader.
Pardon?
This video has been removed by the uploader. Let me see. Oh, yeah. I can see you now. Who's it talking to your head? Who's it talking to your head? Want to on the.
Have you? Okay. I Hello. Hi, everyone. Can you confirm you can hear me, please? If you can hear me, please say so in the chat box. Can you please? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's good. Since we're live, I'll put this session. I'll put the link in the chat box. Can you share with others? Share with your colleagues, those that are teachers, but then what they are earning isn't what they want to earn. Now, I want to quickly begin by saying, yes, I can. Okay, yes, I can. Okay, good. So I want to quickly begin by saying, no matter what you earn, it's nothing compared to what some teachers earn. Recently, I spoke with a teacher who earns 500K weekly. Now, when I say 500K weekly, let's be sincere. Sometimes this thing goes up because it's freelancing, and sometimes it comes down. That is it for everybody. That's it for me too, right? Sometimes you earn 1 week, you earn good, like I don't want to mention figures, but you earn so good. Then the following week, you earn so bad. So these things happen. They happen, okay? So the question is, I want to first ask you because this session, some people say, okay, the title is discuss your rate with Mr. Murphy. So you think maybe Mr. Murphy wants to know how much you earn, but no, 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 no. That's why I started by saying, no matter what you earn, you can earn better. So I just want us to do this. I want us to do this really fast. In the chat box, I want you to put a range, what you would earn that will make you happy, fulfilled, or yeah, give me a range. So in the chat box, you can just put between $5 to $25, or you can put between $10 and $15. Just put a range in the chat box. Now assume you can get this money like this kind of rate as soon as possible. Put it in the chat box. Let me see. Now this is where I know the kind of teachers that attended this session now. Okay, so I'm checking the chat box. Okay, nobody has put anything. I can hear you. Okay, I can hear you. Good. Awesome. Glad to hear. Okay, so I said, give me a range. Tell me what you would be earning today that will be cool for you, because there's no best. You don't say that will be the best. No, but that will be cool that you can manage. So I said, give me in dollars. Give me in dollars. Maybe it's between $7 to $10. Just put a range. Put a range in the chat box. Put a range in the chat box. Okay. Yeah, I can see between 20 $20 to $70 will be happy. Okay. Okay. 20 to $50. Okay. Okay. Somebody said yes per hour, please. What you like to earn per hour, not in 1 month, or no, per hour. So let me see that in the chat box, please. 2050. Yeah. So one more response, then move on. One more response, please. So if you have teachers that are not yet today, that are not yet now, please kindly send the link to them. The link is in the chat box. Pastor, please, you can see the link. Just copy and send it to the chat. Okay. Okay. 22. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. Now, let me tell you this. Everything in the chat box is not impossible. Yeah, nothing. In fact, there's nothing. I was thinking somebody would put one rate that I've never seen before. So I would say, wow, what kind of rate is this? I've never seen this. No, I've seen this. I've seen this. Now, but please don't get it twisted. When I say I've seen this, it's, you understand that I work with different platforms, right? So I've seen this in different platforms. I've seen tutors who earn up to $70 per hour. And you'll be thinking maybe they don't have clients. No, they've got clients. Like, they've got good clients, they've got good students, even with that $70 per hour. Now, but this is it. Let me ask you a question. Why do you think the one who is putting $70 per hour has clients, but the one who puts $7 per hour in that same platform will not have clients? Who can tell me why? Or who can tell me why it may seem so? Somebody puts $70 per hour, he has clients. The other person puts $7 per hour, but no clients. Why do you think so? If I get two responses, we'll just move on, because I don't want us to waste time. Please, you can re-emphasize the question in the chat box so they can see it. Okay, good. Good, good, good. 30 to 100 per hour is possible. Think someone can be in two people can be in one platform. One person earns, or one person charges $70 per hour, and he has students. And then the other person charges $7 per hour, but he doesn't have students. Why do you think so? Okay, probably doesn't have a good potential. Yeah, that's possible. What? Okay, yeah, some people carry the notion that if he or she is bold enough to put price like $70, must be a great teacher. Okay, yeah, okay, I get that concept. Okay, now this is not part of the plans. This is not what I've this is not part of what I've planned to discuss, or I didn't plan to discuss this aspect, but I'm going to discuss it now quickly. And I want to make sure that those that showed up today will benefit from it greatly. In fact, like I said, if I'm up to 200 were viewed and I saw different comments like I want this, I want that, I just kind of like, no, if it is one person that shows up today, I'm going to teach that person like I'm teaching 100 persons. Yes. And I'm going to make sure that one person benefits from it greatly. Okay? So that's it. So now this is it. Here are a few things that can affect your rate. Very important. Now, if you drop with these few things, no matter what you want, it will not be possible. So let's start. Number one is the strength of a profile. The strength of a profile. Now, when I say the strength of a profile is, how is a profile? What does a profile tell potential students? Does a profile tell them that you are the go-to guy, that you are the man for the job, or your profile kind of like ridicules you and let them think that you are not good for the job? So that's number one. If you got number one, please put it in the chat box. If you got that number one, put it in the chat box so I'll know that, yeah, you got that number one. It's strength of a profile. Okay, and what are those things that kind of boost the strength of a profile? I'll mention them. Number one, now I'm talking about this is like a subheading. Your qualifications. What qualifications do you have? You say, I want to earn $100, 200, $100 per hour. It's possible, but the question is, what qualification do you have? Can your qualification demand this and you get it? It's very important. So it's your qualification that can tell potential client that, oh, this person deserves this amount he's asking for. Now let me tell you, I've seen some people who ask so high, and I just look at their profile and just smile and say, this is a joker. Yeah, I just look at the profile and say, this person is a joker and he's going to stay there for as long as possible and he's not going to get any clients. And I tell you, and that's just it. This has happened over and over again. I've seen this happen over and over again. I think it's better. Okay. Everyone can see me in the chat box. Can you see me now? Get your qualifications right. Get your qualifications. BSc is good, but go beyond that. Go beyond BSc. Go beyond BSc. Get IGSE qualification. Now get other international qualifications. I know some people, some teachers who have many qualifications, but most of them are just based on local certifications, and that won't help you that much. Now, I'm not downgrading African countries, okay? It's good. But if you truly want to be at the top of your game, get international teaching jobs, then you need to look for ways to get international qualifications, like I mentioned, like SE. Another one would be TESOL certificate. Now, if you don't have a TESOL, please get it. Now, if you have a TESOL, it's not just about you want to teach English. Even if you want to teach mathematics, you need a TESOL certificate. You need a TESOL certificate because it's going to help you. Okay? So anything you want to teach, you need that. And when you get it, you can get international clients that will pay you pretty well. Now, you can go on to get your master's degree. You see, you have to treat this online thing like a big deal. And you have to play the long game. I know some teachers want to play the short game. They just want to start today and end tomorrow. It's possible. But if you truly want to start and continue to end well, please, you need to play the long game. You need to play the long game. Okay, so now I'm going to switch on to personal experiences and what I did, especially when some of these things I'm going to teach today are not things that I just started learning today. I started learning these things a long time ago, okay, even as a full-time teacher. So I discovered, after working for some years, I discovered that I wasn't getting what I wanted. So I decided to top up my game. And one of the things I did was I went to get the relevant qualifications. Now, one time as I was earning 60,000, when I started to leave, and that was one thing I will talk about, if you truly want to earn more, whether as a full-time teacher or as an online teacher, you should be willing to leave your comfort zone. You should be willing to say, okay, I've been here and I'm not getting what I need. I need to move on to another place and get what I need. If you are stuck where you work and you say, I just have to be here, I just have to be here, you will not earn as much. You will not earn as much. So that's very important. Now, I want the teachers here today to put up the qualifications I've mentioned that I said if you have them, you can increase your weight in any platform you teach. I want to see I want to see that in the chat box, please. The qualifications you need, I've mentioned about 3 to 4. Yeah. So I want you to mention them in the chat box. Now, if you mention them in the chat box, someone else who didn't get that or who didn't hear that can get it from you. Maybe the person didn't hear when I said it. Maybe I was too fast. But when you put it in the chat box, TESOL, okay, masters, MBA, yeah, masters of MBA, that's good. Okay, what else? There's something else I mentioned under qualification. What about IGSCE? I mentioned that, right? Masters, okay. IGSCE too. Okay. Now, another one which is important. Now, many platforms are now particular about educational qualification. You see, if you don't have educational qualification, you will still get jobs. Yeah. When I started out, okay, let me tell you something. I only got my educational qualification last year. Yeah, I got it last year. So it means all this while I was talking about online teaching, I was getting different jobs. I didn't have any educational qualification. Okay? But as I move on and I get relevant qualifications, I kind of like set up better weights for myself. Set up better weights for myself. And I'm going to teach you just how to do that. I'm going to teach you how to do that quickly. Okay, so how do you adjust your weight? If you want to adjust your weight today, you say, I want to increase my weight. To tell me what he or she thinks he or she can do to increase his or her weight, please. Let's talk in the chat box. How can you adjust your weight? What do you do to make sure your weight goes up? What can you do about adjusting your weight? Just think, if you want to adjust your weight today, you want to increase your weight with the clients you have, what do you think you should do to adjust it? Upskill, branding, okay. Upskill, that's good. Branding. Who else? When I get a new client, I will increase. Oh, okay. I will increase to the new rate. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, that makes a whole lot of sense. When you get a new client, you increase the new rates. That's good. But what about existing clients? You think existing clients shouldn't pay you, or you think existing clients will not pay you more? I'm going to share something with those that attended this session, especially those that wait to the end. Okay, I will say it at the end. I will kind of tell them what I'm going to share. Okay, a new client, new rates. So it means the old client can stay with the old weight. Okay, okay, I get that. I get that. Now I'm going to talk about adjustment of weight in 3 aspects. 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to go back over and over again. Just in case somebody comes late, I'm not going to go back and say, let me explain it again. No, it's okay. As soon as I explain it, we just move on. So 3 aspects. Number 1 is what you do before you increase your weight. So I'm going to discuss the things you can do before you increase your weight. Number 2, yeah, I accept that. That's strategic thing to do. Okay, you've proven your worth, so you can ask. I will tell you what I did about that. That's correct. Okay, so I said these 3 things. I said number 1, what to do before you increase your weight, and number 2, what to do while you want to increase your weight. There's something you should do while you want to increase your weight, and the last one is what to do after you increase your weight. these are the three important things I'm going to talk about today. If I talk about these things and you get them and you get them well, you are good to go. You can get better rates. You can get better rates. Okay. So now let's begin. So the first aspect is what? I want somebody to put in the chat box so I will know that yeah, this people are following. So what's the first aspect that I said I'm going to talk about? Somebody put in the chat box. The first aspect. What's the first thing? What should we do before you increase your rate? Okay. Okay. Miss Joy, please, after this session, reach out to me. I have a gift for you. Like, you've been very active. That's the beginning of success. And let me tell you the truth. Not being active is also the beginning of failure for some teachers. So, Miss Joy, please, after this, reach out to me. I have a gift for you. Now, let me tell you what the gift is. The gift is, I have a book, and I don't know if you know about it. How to get international teaching jobs. Most trainers won't tell you. Okay? The book is about $7.50, but I'm going to give it to you for free. I'm giving you that book for free. Okay? So, Miss Joy, just reach out to me after this meeting. Reach out to me after this meeting. Okay? Somebody said, what about me? It's so funny though. All right, Miss Favor, I know you. I think we've met. I understand what you're saying. Okay, now can we dive in quickly because I want this to be fast. We'll leave shortly. Okay, so I'm just going to. Okay, congratulations, Joy. Yeah, congratulations. So now this is it. Before you increase your rate, please do these three things. Or I'll discuss at least three things because I want us to finish early. I don't want us to waste time. I want us to finish. Everybody goes back to whatever he or she was doing. So number one is if you want to increase your rate, even with institutions, I did this recently. Like it works. I did this recently. Like I did this with my clients. And it worked. It will work for you if you know what you're doing. So number one is now it's simple. If I mention it, I want you to write it in the chat box. And I don't want my team members to write it. I want someone who just here, who is a member of this meeting to put it in the chat box. And that is number one, compose an email. Yeah, compose an email. So I want to see that in the chat box. I want to see that. Somebody catch that. Okay, someone is asking the question, what qualifications can be added up to the French tutor? Okay, as a French teacher, what qualification do you need? Now, as a French teacher, your focus is on French. But the question is, do you need TESOL? Yes. Why would you need TESOL? You need TESOL because as you teach, you will meet students who are not native speakers of English. And you may want to communicate some things, you want to connect some things to English and French so that the student can understand better. So you need TESOL. Now, apart from TESOL, there are other qualifications that may be a boost for you. So what I suggest for that is you can visit Udemy for awesome qualifications. Yeah, that will be good for you as a French teacher. Compose an email. So I know you're thinking, compose what kind of email? What kind of email should I compose? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to share my screen with you, and I'm going to show you an email I composed recently. Okay? Yeah. Stress so much. I may not stress it of time. It's not because it's not important. It's important, but I'm not going to stress it. Please, you have to be bold. Some teachers saying they want to learn $10 per hour, $70 per hour, $80 per hour. The question is, are you bold enough? Are you bold enough? Are you bold enough to go to institutions you work and tell them this rate, this rate is not good, in quote, is not good for me. I want you to increase my rate. And the best time to do that is now. The best time to ask for an increment. Compose an email and ask for an increment. Now, the question is, would you like to see the email I composed? Because I decided to share it with you today. I have it here. If I share my screen, you'll see it. But the question is, I want to be sure you would like to see it. Would you like to see it? Let me see that in the chat box. Compose an email. Compose an email. You are not begging. You are not begging for this. But don't be rude about it. Okay? Don't be rude about it. Don't fight. But you are not begging for this. You are bringing up valid points to let them know that, hey, I need more. Like this rate must or should be increased. Should be increased. Yeah, that's the word for it. Should be increased. So I composed an email recently, and I'm going to make this available to those who are in this meeting today, especially those who wait to the end. Okay. So what kind of email should I compose? Okay, you compose an email of requests. I'm going to listen. I'm not just here to talk and talk and talk. I know most whenever somebody says YouTube live, I'm like, it's talk, talk, talk. No. I'm not going to talk and talk and talk and talk. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. Okay, so I'll share my screen and show you an email I composed, but I won't stop there. After this meeting, you can reach out to me and say, please send me a copy of that email. Let me just kind of like let me just tweak it a bit and ask for increment. But you have to be bold. You have to be bold, because if you're not bold, you can't do it. I know some teachers are too afraid. Like, if I tell them I need increase, I need an increment, won't they be upset? Won't they? Don't do that. So I'm sure. So who wants to see it? Yes. Okay, please. Let's go. Let's not waste time. So I will share it. So let me share this. Okay. Kindly confirm you can see this. If you can see this, tell me in the chat box. Tell me in the chat box. If you can see what I put up, tell me in the chat box, please. Can you see this? Yeah, good. Okay. Now, this is what I'm going to do. For those who will stay till the end, I'm going to send you a copy of this. But there's only one way I will know you stay to the end, and that's as soon as I end this session, just send me a message on WhatsApp. Say, hello, Mr. Murphy, please send me that document. All you have to do is take the document, edit it, okay? And that's why I said you have to be bold. If you're not bold enough, you can't do it. You be scared. You say, if I send it to them, would my boss be offended? Hey, excuse you, offended. You're not fighting. Like, you're not fighting your boss. You're just trying to make your boss know that. Now, I'm not going to, since you can see that, I'm not going to read through it. I'm not going to do that. But good day, HR manager. I just told them like the normal greeting. And I went to the point I said, this is my official request for modification of rates per hour. Okay, so what I went on to give reasons. You see, I'm this kind of teacher that I think that's one thing that has worked for me. And it will work for you too. I'm a kind of like gentle but a bold guy. You see, if I tell you this is not working, okay, my network is working, so sorry about that. If I see that something is not working and I can do something about it, I will do something about it. And I will not be scared that you will get offended. No, get offended because the weight is poor, or I'm talking about the weight, I don't want the weight anymore, I want to increase it. Why would you get offended? So this is it. I just want you to read through, but I'm not going to waste time, like I said. So I told them that I have to kind of like cover my rate, or you guys want to know the rate I charged. So I have to cover my rate. Tell them this one is not good. This is what I want. So you should be able to, if your rate is not what you like, you want them to increase, you can tell them. So I gave reasons here. So I don't want to waste time on it, because I've already given you the opportunity to come back to me and say, let me have it. So can we just move on now? Can we just move on? I've seen it. Good. So we can move on, right? At the end of this session, just walk straight to me and say, Mr. Murphy, let me have that. Let me have that document. I want to send it. You send it to your boss. Listen, I did this. I did this with different clients, and not just clients, not just personal clients. I did this with with an institution. Like this is I sent this to an HR manager. So it's not just I'm not going to go on WhatsApp and start discussing. Please, ma, will you increase my rate? No, I will give you reasons why you should increase it. Can we move on, please? Can we move on, please? Yes, please. Okay. Okay. So I'm sharing that. Good. So let's just move on. So that was the first thing. Compose an email. Who cut that? Does that thing make sense? Compose an email. Ask politely. I'll talk about that. I'll talk about that. But does that make sense? And does that work for you? And does that work for you? I want to get a response on that. Compose an email. Does that make sense? Does it work for you? It makes sense. Yeah, it does. It does. But to see, it's not for everybody. Some teachers are too afraid to ask. Why should I be scared to? Okay, I think it's because I work with different platforms. So I'm not too careful to make a request. Politely, I'm not saying you should fight. Don't fight. But politely make a request and say, increase my wage because of this. Now, if you when it's time, you go through that. I don't want us to waste time. When you go through it, you see, I gave good reasons, valid reasons why. So you can always edit it to suit yourself as soon as you get it. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, so that's number one, compose an email. Number two, be at the top of your game. It is important, very important, very important. Don't forget, all these things I'm discussing is what you do before you ask for increments. Of course, I have to compose your email. You send it when they receive it, then it becomes a request for them to respond to. And like I said, the platforms. Okay, I think I want us to be fast, and I know if I stress some things a lot, we may not cover what we need to cover. I want us to be fast. This is YouTube. I want us to be fast so we can just leave. So that's number. I've given number one. I've given number two. Please. Data is not smiling, of course. You're not smiling too. Yeah. Okay. So you got that. I said, if you must ask for 100% increase, I don't know why. I don't think you want to do that, though. But if you must ask for 100% increase, why not give your 100% to the job? Why not give 100%? You want increase of 100%, give 100%. Let it be worth it. Let them see you. Like one client I discussed increase with this period. The client is in the UK, and recently, look at the trick I used. Recently, they told me how this my little girl I was teaching who is in the UK did so well in the class. She got recognition for the subject I teach her mathematics. So it means that already I've made a mark in them to let them know that, hey, I'm doing a good job. I'm doing a good job. So if I ask for an increment, you better look at that increment and you better give it to me. Okay? I've not been dancing around with the girl. I've been teaching her well. So you see that? You see why it's important now? Compose an email. That's number one. Number two, I said, be at the top of your game. Very important, because when you ask for increment, they will see and say, oh, this person deserves the increment he's asking for. Yeah. So I want to mention the third one, then we'll move on quickly. And the third one is, you shouldn't be found wanting if you want to get what you want. If you caught that, please put it in the chat box. You shouldn't be found wanting if you want to get what you want. Meaning, you shouldn't be someone that they're already complaining. Maybe they're even telling you, oh, this teacher, we're not seeing what you're doing. Like, we're not seeing your job. I think he will stop very soon. I think he'll stop very soon. I don't know. At that time, you're not asking for increments. Isn't that funny? Like, you're asking for increments when they are not pleased with your work. I hope you got that. Number two, be at top of the game. Number two, you shouldn't be found wanting. Yeah. You shouldn't be found wanting. They shouldn't see your work and, for example, now a teacher who is found wanting is the one who shows late for class, leaves earlier than usual or earlier than stipulated, and also misbehaves in the class. Now, when I say misbehave, maybe the teacher kind of chats in the class while the student is there, is chatting, is doing something else. The student can see that this person is not serious with me. No, 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 no. You shouldn't be that. So these little things are important. And these little things I just mentioned are for what? I just for the first aspect, what to do before you ask for an increment. We've not gone to the second part. So can we move on to the second one now? Okay, someone said we are about to tell us the UK trick you used on UK clients before 0.3. Yeah, that's what I did. What I did was because they already see my work, I just sent them a message. In fact, this is it. Okay, don't forget that this is an existing client. This is an existing client. So what I did was after that session that day, I finished teaching the girl, used the normal time, smiled, played, Mr. Murphy, how you doing, all this stuff. Hey, my baby girl, you doing well? I didn't call her my baby girl though. It's just a joke. So after teaching her everything, I just said, please, let's book the mom. The class was over. And the dad was there too. I said, yeah. I said, okay. The mom came and said, Mr. Murphy, how's everything? I said, everything is fine. So my girl is doing well. Yeah, she's doing well. Straight up, face to face. Now, it's a face to face thing because the one I sent an email for was for an institution. You saw I said, dear HR manager. I was sent to the manager. But this one was face to face with this person. And I was telling the person, hey, I need increment. In fact, I can remember how I sounded. You see, I think I can make a good actor. I was like, now, it was difficult for me. Let me tell you this. It was difficult for me to ask for an increment from this client. Do you know why? Do you want to know why? Do you want to know why? Like, do you really want to know why? Okay, I'll just go on to tell you. This client always, like, about 90% of the time, add to my money. 90% of the time. 90% of the time. So when they are to pay, let's say one time the man was to pay 90, was it 88 for that 4 weeks? I think it was 80 something thousand, and the man paid 100,000. Like he just paid 100,000. Like he like to run off my money, like top, always top. If it is 95, you can send 100. If it is 100 and let me say 102, you can send 105. Like if it is 102K, you can send. I hope you know it's not 100 naira I'm talking about, please. Like 100,000 plus, right? So it will just always like add to it. So it was difficult for me to bring that increment stuff, but I still had to. I told them why I told them that I wasn't happy asking for increment, and truly, like, I didn't want to ask them, but it was beyond my control. And I told them data is crazy now in my country, like that's beyond me. And I'm still going to talk about some things. Please, I'm not going to repeat anything that has to do with rate this year again. No, like a webinar teaching rate. No. If anybody misses this, that's good for the person. Okay, probably the person will see the video. I don't know, but I'm not going to teach about it. So please, if you're here, take advantage of it. Understand these things I'm talking about. Understand the tricks. You have to be at this meeting to understand these tricks. If you're not here today, you may not understand these tricks. So I spoke with them and told them I'm not happy asking for this because you have been good to me. Like we've had a good relationship so far. But because of this data stuff, the increment is crazy. I can't just deal. Please, I'll need an increment. And they asked me, how much are you looking at? I think I just asked for about, was it up to 50%? Yeah, I think it was about 40% increment. So they were like, Mr. Murphy, we cannot do that now, but we'll get back to you. We'll talk. We talked after some. It was this month. So the increment was effected like immediately, right? Because when they wanted to pay me, they now paid me the new fee. Okay. Now they don't accept what I proposed, but they added to it. The question, let me ask you, what if I didn't ask? Some teachers are so scared, like so scared to ask questions or to why should you be scared? I don't get it. You're giving value and you're scared. Let's move on. Let's move on. Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. Please tell us. Okay, so that's it. So I just explained that. So can we now move on to what to do while asking for increment? I've told you what to do before you ask. You know those things. I'm sure you've written them down. And let me tell you the truth, the best time to ask is now. Why? Because if you are from Nigeria, you know that, oh, data service is one thing and they've increased their tariff and everything. Apart from that, what about storage platforms like Google One and those storage platforms, OneDrive? They've increased their rate too. Their subscription fees have increased. So what do you do? How do you make up for this? What do you do? It's beyond my control. I have to ask for increment. But I have to do that with professionalism. So let's move on. Can we move on to what to do while asking? What to do while asking? Can we move on to that, please? So I know the reason I shared that UK experience is because I know that there's some teachers here who will have a client that have been good to them. So they'll be like, should I ask? Should I not? Should I? Hey, ask. But this is it. This is the kind of person I am. If you feel that your mind isn't to ask, that you don't want to ask for any reason, it's fine. But I just have to kind of share my experience with you. So can we go on to what to do while asking? Number one, do it strategically. Like do it with strategy. Don't just do it anyhow. There's a right time. There's a right time to ask. There's a right time to ask. And if you want to ask, and if you are from Nigeria, this is the best time to ask. If you're from other countries, yeah, you could also look out for anything that would make you. Do you know how much some of us give in to those classes? Every week, the amount I spend to get food, the amount I spend just for data. So why won't I ask? I hope you understand that. Okay, so that's it. That's it. So I said, ask what? What to do while asking? What's number one to do? Number one. Under what to do while asking? What's number one? What's number one? Like on that comment. Yeah, okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. Number two, ask politely and professionally. Don't go and beg any client, please. Don't beg. Don't beg. Don't beg. Let me tell you something. Even if you ask and they cannot do your new demand, if they want you, they will find a middle ground that will work for you. But if you refuse to ask, there won't be a dime added to your money. That's it. Imagine if I had not asked. Okay, I want to mention this. One of the platforms I work with that I composed that email and I sent to them, the boss called me. We had a meeting. She said, "Mr. Murphy, can we speak?" I said, "Yeah." She called me. We spoke for some. She said this, that, explained some things. She's somebody I respect so much. I listened and everything. And she said, "Mr. Murphy, I understand everything you said, but we cannot do increments now. We cannot do rate increments now. But we are going to do data allowance." You see, the question is, I don't know how many teachers asked, but you can tell that, and other teachers may not even know why there will be data allowance, but you can tell that part of them, because I'm not part of the main reason why there's kind of like data allowance was because Mr. Murphy asked. Am I correct? I don't know if others asked privately, but I know that I asked. And if I kept quiet, I don't know. Teachers are different. I know some teachers that will just let us continue. But part of it will be because I asked. And many teachers will benefit because I asked. So even if they don't give if they don't increase the rate, they can find other ways to compensate especially if they are considerate. Now, I'm talking about some deep things as we move on. Okay, I'm talking about some important things as we move on. So let's just continue. Now, please, if you are a full-time teacher, the first thing I said at the beginning would help you too. Get the right qualifications and go to good schools that will pay you more. That's it. If you're not teaching online yet, or you're teaching online but you're doing IB, you teach online and you also do full time, please get the right qualifications. I've mentioned them, and then go to better institutions that will pay you, better schools that will pay you more. That's what I did when I just started. That's what I did. That's what I did. I moved from 60,000 to 100,000. It was like, praise the Lord. It was like Thanksgiving. I was so happy because at the time I had not seen 100,000 salary. It was so the first time. So I was so happy. Okay, so that's just it. So I've spoken about that. Ask politely. Don't go with the fight. If you are tensed, you are not feeling like to ask, please wait until you are calm. Okay, I know this. So you not go and fight your client and lose the client and say, so Mr. Murphy that taught me. No, 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 no. I'm teaching you the right thing to do. So you need to do it correctly. You can't just do it anyhow. No, you can't. You can't. Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on. Number three, never ask with personal concerns. Never ask personal concerns. Never ask with personal concerns. I know people will just go to a client and tell the client, hey, excuse me, sir, my wife just gave birth. I need money. Hey, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's a personal thing. Don't let clients feel like they are helping you. No. Why would you go to a client and tell them that's a personal thing? You can't ask for increment based on personal things. You can't. If you want to ask for increment, it should be based on other things. It can't be based on personal things, based on your family. Your wife just gave birth. When you were doing the do, didn't you know your wife will give birth? Don't do that. Don't do that. So that's why when you go through my email, that's why I put it there, because I'm going to send it to those that ask. You know, I'm talking about asking. So I'll give it to those that ask after this session, but I won't give it to everybody. I must confirm you here in this session. And one way I will confirm is I'll just want to chat box to check how active you were. If you're not active, you probably are not here. Okay. Don't ask your personal concerns. My wife just gave birth. Oh, I want to pay my rent. Don't do that. But when you come and tell them, oh, there's increment of, like, it's a general thing. Yeah, ask when it's a general thing. Ask when it's a general thing. Like, it's not just about me now. It's off my table. I can't just help it. I must ask for this. Okay. So let's move on to the next one. Now, let me ask you a question. Let me just, like, sincerely, are you learning things that could help you get better weights? We've discussed for a few minutes now. Let me know that. Are you learning things that could help you get better weights or increase your weights? Better salaries. Are you doing so? Oh, somebody said, ask and it shall be given unto you. Like, Bible is so true. Jesus said it correctly. Yeah, Jesus said it perfectly. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So the number 4 is just connected to the number 3. And number 4 is ask based on general occurrence. Like that data increment, it's a general thing. So that's a good way to do it. Don't make clients see like somebody they are helping. Because if you ask based on your wife's need, I don't think that's a good deal. So the 5th one is best time to ask is during a demanding situation. The best time to ask is during a demanding situation. During a demanding situation. So when I say demanding situation, it means an instance where it's a bit it's not just you asking, it's kind of like, it's more of like what is out there. Okay, it's a situation that everybody can see, even the clients know. You know those things that you come to talk about, and the clients know already that, oh, I know this has been ongoing. Like, yeah, you can ask for that. And one thing I will put I'll just add this is not I'll just add this, but it may not be the main thing. But I did it. Like I said, I told you, I did a face-to-face discussion. I told the person, let me see, we spoke one-on-one. So that was strategic. Okay. When you come to people and ask them one-on-one, they know that, oh, this is a big deal. This guy just came to me and told me. Okay. With politeness, with courtesy, do that. Do that. It's important. It's important. Okay. So that's the third aspect. Now we're going to move on to the final aspect. The final aspect. Okay. Correct. Yeah. Ask based on general occurrence. Yeah, during the demand situation. That's correct. That's correct. Now, before we go on to the final thing, if you've enjoyed this live show to this point, I would kindly ask that you. Oh, I'm asking to kindly ask that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe and like this post. Like, subscribe, please. I think it's taking just 5 seconds, 5 to 10 seconds. So I'm asking, like I should ask, please do subscribe if you've not subscribed to my channel. Do you know what? Let me tell you the truth. Some teachers will never move forward. I know why some teachers may not show up. Some teachers will say, oh, YouTube, I don't want to do YouTube. I cannot go and be wasting my data on YouTube. The same person who is wasting his data on TikTok, looking at Bomb Bomb. But something that will benefit his life, we say, I cannot do that. All right. So it's funny, but that's the truth. It's funny, but that's the truth. Okay. So are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ms. Joy. Thank you very much. Please, if you do so, you can just you can just type done so I know that you've done so. As we move on to the final thing for this evening, I know when we finish this, we are good to go. We are good to go. So the last one is after asking. You see, whenever I'm having a webinar, I think like this. I think what works for me, what works in general, what may be a bit personalized. So I come up with what to teach. Okay? So that when I teach you, I know that it benefits you. That's what I do. So that's why I put this like this in these three aspects. What to do before, what to do while you're asking, what to do after asking. So that there's no way you will not say, you will not benefit from it. There's no way. So please, if you're just coming, you're welcome. Okay. Please, like I asked a few seconds ago, just kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. Most of the live sessions I'll be having this year would be on YouTube. Yeah, well, especially if it's free. Because last year I did so many free sessions and sometimes teachers will start asking me, send us the link. I want to go and did you record your screen? No, I may not have time to start recording, start editing. But I know if it's on YouTube, if somebody cannot make it, maybe after some time, the person wants to come back, it's fine. But not all the time, because I could decide when I'm done with this, I want to delete the video, or I want to put it on unlisted so that they will not see it. I can decide to do that. But it's just good if you attend webinars like this and you learn. So please do like this post, do like this live session. I think we have about 3 likes, and we're like 10 or 11. Please like this and subscribe to this channel, please. Please, if after doing so, just type done. Just type done. Thank you very much. So now, can we move on to the final thing after asking? After asking, I'll suggest you should be patient. You should be patient. And that's why I said I'm going to talk about some things that are very important and maybe subjective. But do you know what? What could work for me may not work for someone else. So I understand that. You see, I've done this for a very long time. So I understand that like I mentioned some things, I've said a lot of things now. Somebody can say, okay, that doesn't work for me. Now, Mr. Murphy, since you said this, I am going to do this. I'm going to adjust mine like this because I believe life is not, I'm not a kind of stereotype person. No, what may work for me like this may not work, but some things will always work. Some things will always work. And asking to get increment will always work. That will always work. I will tell you that. It will always work. Okay, so I said number one, be patient. Can somebody please put that in the chat box? After asking, be patient. And the last thing I want to discuss just off the book is what if, I know somebody may ask that, but if nobody asks that, I'm going to discuss it before we leave today. What if you ask and it is not granted? Like you've asked and they said, okay, we're not going to do anything. We're not going to do anything. I like to be practical. I'm a very practical person. One of the platforms I sent that email to, where and I asked, guess what? They didn't do anything. And they acted as if they didn't see the email. Okay? They acted as if they didn't see the email because I copied the boss. You see, it takes boldness to do this. I copied the owner of the institution and sent to the HR, copied the owner of the institution. So after a while, they didn't respond. Guess what I did next? I went to the boss and said, excuse me, ma, I know you've been busy, but I sent an email and I copied you. Have you seen it? It takes boldness to do this. It takes boldness to do that. So in everything I've been discussing, you know that I keep talking about boldness. You have to be bold. Those that will, if you want to know what are the secret of these people who are winning and what am I, understand boldness is part of it. You have to be bold. Boldly, I went to her and she said, okay, you know it's not my job. I will ask the HR. But this is it. I've not decided. If they decide to increase, it's fine. If they decide not to, I'll just ignore it. But it will be on record that I asked. Okay? And over time, they will come to see that, okay, somebody asked, some teachers asked that time, let's do this, let's do that. And yeah, so I want you to understand that the effect of your asking may not be immediate. It may not be that something that will just come up now, like straight up. It may not be. It may not be. I'm being sincere with you. It may not be. But just ask. Now, can you see how practical I am? I'm not telling you do this. Just do that. It will work. I even told you my experience where they didn't give me any response so that you know what to expect. Not every platform will do that. Okay? Now, if you are here and you don't even know, you've never gotten any job, any teaching job online, can you put it in the chat box? Just put it in the chat box while we go ahead. So the next one is this is the next one, and I think this is very important. And that is send a professional reminder. Send a professional reminder. Some of these platforms will act as if they didn't see your message or they didn't see your email. Send a reminder politely. You see, when you do that, it kind of shows that this person is not just asking from a place of fear. Some people can ask from a place of fear, like you ask, but you are just scared. I hope they will not come and fight me. I hope they will not come for me. I hope they will not do this. But when they see you still come back, there's something about boldness that gives you opportunities or that makes them kind of see you differently. Yeah, and it will rub off on others, like I said. But when I asked for increment in that platform, and she said, "Oh, we can do data allowance," it means by asking, by coming out boldly to ask, that request kind of affected, or let me say, had good effect on other teachers. So never forget to do that. And another one is, this is very important. Keep up the fire. Whether they accept to increase or not, don't drop your service and say, "Oh, because they didn't accept, I'm not going to be doing this, I'm not going to be doing that. I've been doing it." No. Just keep up, please. Keep up, please. Keep up, please. Don't drop your fire because they didn't increase your money or something. Do you know why? Because when you decide to drop it, your next potential client will come and will not get that fire because you've dropped it. It will not just be, and it will not just be on that job. It will go around to other jobs you get. So I'll suggest always keep your fire. Keep your fire. Keep your fire. You see, imagine today. Imagine today. I spoke about my team told me, if you don't have about 200 teachers, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't host the show. And I said yes. But when I saw your comment and everything, when I saw the responses I was getting, I was moved and I said I'm going to do it. Now imagine you all came here today, even if you are even just two people, and because it's two people, I now say, oh, what is this? Two people. What would I want to teach now? Oh, well, good wait. And I just do it anyhow. Won't you know that this man is doing it anyhow? Because we are few. You will know. Won't you know? Of course you will know. But let me ask you a question. Has the number here today affected the way I'm speaking? Am I speaking passionately as if there are 500, there are 600? Am I speaking passionately? Of course. Why? Because whether there are two or five, whether there are two and two or 200, whether there are 5 or 500, what matters is those who come here decided to come for value. So they must get the value they came for. So don't drop your fire because you didn't get your, no, don't drop it. Keep up the fire. Keep up the fire. You just have to keep it up. And that's when new potential clients come, they see that fire, you keep getting more clients. You keep getting more clients. So don't drop the fire. Like that platform that is trying to do kind of playing tricks. Say, I didn't see your email. Okay, I will check the email. Okay, I will do this, I will do that. I just know they're kind of playing tricks, but that's it. That's it. That's just on them. I've done my part, and that's it. So the last two I want about is if you must, because I know that some teachers will say, if they increase this, and I can do that. In fact, I think some teachers even do it late. Some teachers will say, if they don't increase it, if this client does not increase this money, I will leave. Is that bad? No, it's not bad. It's not bad. If you see that the rate is not good for you, you can leave. But let me tell you the deal. Don't leave. Don't let them know that you are leaving because of that rate. Don't let it be a fight. Like, I'll be leaving this because of this rate. I don't think it's good. No, don't do that. So find a way to leave, but let them think that it's because of the rate. Don't let them think that it's because of the rate. Okay. Now, I think you might want to know why. So why don't you think that I shouldn't allow them to know that because of the rate? This is it. That client you are leaving can still recommend your service to another client. But if you leave with a fight, they will never do. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? If you leave with a fight, they will never, because you've told them that now we are fighting, go your way, I go my way. I'm not going to talk, I'm not because you refuse to increase my weight. No, don't do that. If you want to leave like you can give them the message, just tell them, okay, I'll be quite busy now. I'm sorry, but I think I have to drop this class for now. Just give a good reason that will not be based on rate, even if you want to leave. So I'm not saying that they're not, you may not have clients you may want to drop if they don't increase your rate. It's fine. But don't put it to their face and tell them, oh, it's because of this rate I'm leaving. Does that make sense? If it makes sense, if you think it doesn't make sense, if you have a contrary opinion, I'm open to it. That's the final thing we're discussing for today. That's the final thing we're discussing for today. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? True. Don't bang the door while leaving. You may need it some other time. Don't bang it. Don't bang it. Makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so this is it. Please. Okay. Now, if you have any question, please ask a question. Do you have any question? Do you have any questions? I'm open to your questions. I want to answer your questions. When it concerns rate, I've taught you how to increase your rate with existing clients. Now, if you have a new client, I don't need to stress that. If you have a new client, you need to go for, somebody mentioned it in the chat box, you need to just go for your new rates. You have a new client, you tell them, and that's what you do. Okay, let me teach you strategy when it comes to teaching in different platforms. Let's say you teach in Preply. I'm going to put it down. I'm going to write it there. If you don't know about them, go and check them out. Preply. Okay, check them out. So let's say you start with, or let's say you started with something like, let me say $5 per hour, and I will tell you for Preply, especially if you're from an African country, you can start with $5. Yeah, let me just say between $5, $5 per hour. You can start with that. When you start getting good clients and good reviews, what do? Shoot up your rates. It's simple. You've got good reviews, about 10 good reviews. Shoot it up, probably to $7 per hour. Okay? After some time, you get good reviews. Shoot it up again. That's it. That's how it works. That's how it works. So, do you have any question? Yeah, live honorably. Yeah. So, if you have any question, I'd like to take your questions. In the absence of questions, if there are no questions, you could have contribution. I'm open to also learn from you. I'm not the talker, just talk and talk. No, I like to also learn from your experience. So please put up your question. How can I get a client without going through a platform? Okay. Now, if you want to get clients without going through platforms, you need to first build a brand as a teacher online. Yeah. If you're a teacher and they know you as a teacher online, they can always reach you. Now, is your social media optimized as an online teacher? Can somebody just go to your page and know that, oh, this person is a teacher? If they don't know, how will you get clients? Because social media is one platform where you can, when you're on social media, you can always get different clients reach out to you. Okay? And you also can also reach out to clients, potential clients, and that works. But if you are not building any brand as a teacher on social media, then it becomes very difficult to get clients without platforms. So another way is recommendation. The clients you have already can recommend your service. But do you know one thing I found? Some clients may never recommend your service, no matter how good you are, if you don't ask them. If you don't tell them, oh, please, I'm open to other clients. If you know anyone who you could recommend my service to, please do so. I'll greatly appreciate it. Tell them. Again, ask what I discussed. Ask. Never be scared to ask. So that's it. Okay. So, do you have any other question? People be fine. Yeah. Question, contribution. Okay. So please, as soon as I end this call, just reach out to me. Like, let it be between 5 to 10 minutes. Reach out to me and just say, Mr. Murphy, can you please send that? Can you send it to me? I want to have it. I want to take the document, kind of edit and send to potential client, or if you have any other concerns relating to rate, you may have other concerns that you don't want to discuss openly. It's fine. You can reach out to me. You have my WhatsApp number. So thank you very much. I'm so happy you guys showed up today, and I decided that I'm going to go all in for those who showed up. I'm not going to look at the number because I understand that what's number? Number is just number, just figures. But the main impact would be what you do with what you learned today. Thank you very much. Bye. So can we say bye to each other? Bye. Thank you. Thank you. If you've not liked this post, if you've not subscribed to my channel, please do so. Please do so. Just like this post and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I think it's now some people are joining this meeting. Maybe they got the wrong time, but the meeting has ended. We're not planning to do it forever. We're just planning to learn, and yeah, that's it. Thank you very much. Please subscribe and like. Thank you. Right, please.